Okay, so I'm gonna make essentially an Asian noodle dish. It doesn't have an exact recipe because it's kind of just a bunch of different recipes that I've enjoyed and just taken pieces from them, but I will show you what I do have so that if you wanted to adapt it for yourself, you could. The first part of it I actually made a couple of days ago, and it's adapted from this boiled noodle dumpling. And I actually am just using these ingredients minus the last two because I just really liked the insides of the dumplings. And that is essentially cabbage and pork and a couple of spices and stuff like that, which you saw a minute ago. And then it was marinated and then cooked off and just on the stove top and then stored in this, which is just an airtight container. So it ended up looking like this. It's not super appetizing on its own, but it will be really good in the noodles. So now getting on to what we're actually making, I'm gonna be using rice noodles, which are essentially just rice and water in a noodle format. They're fairly common in Asian dishes, and I'm just going to put them in boiling water and cook them per the instructions on this box. So like I said before, there's not an exact recipe for this because at least in the Asian food that I make, there's usually a couple of core things that you have and then you can just add whatever you want to it. So I'm just using whatever I have that I keep stocked in my pantry. So this sauce, I've used soy sauce and sesame oil. Those are your two main components. And then for added pieces, you've got sriracha for heat, lime juice for acidity, and then maple syrup for sweetness. And then I use just a spoon from my kitchen. It's not an exact measurement. Like I said, it's more to your taste. So I'm gonna use more lime juice because I really like things to be acidic. And then I just put it in a bowl and then I'm just waiting for my noodles. Okay, so my noodles are done cooking, and the first thing I'm actually gonna do is remove my egg. So I include an egg in this recipe just because I think it tastes nicer, and so I was doing the hot start method, so I actually just put my egg in with my noodles with the boiling water because let's kill two birds with one stone. And I'm now just gonna put it into an ice bath to stop the cooking and hopefully make it easier to peel. That was a grade A large egg. So that grading would have been voluntary by the egg producer, but that's just the type that we tend to buy. My noodles are also done. So I'm just gonna use these to drain them out of their cooking water and put them in with the sauce. You could also use a colander, but because it's just one serving, this is just easier. So I'm gonna do that and then peel my egg and add the meat, and then I will show you what it looks like. Okay, so here's my finished dish. If you notice, the egg yolk is actually closer to the top of the egg, and that's probably because it flipped over when I was cooking it with the noodles. Not a huge deal, just it looks kind of funny if you're not used to it. And then I also didn't have any issues peeling it. I'd like to think that's because of my superior egg peeling skills, but it's probably because of the ice bath. So I am gonna go eat lunch, and I hope you enjoyed.